This video is sponsored by Storyblocks. It took me over 800 videos to grow from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in 3 years, and if I had these 15 tips, I would have been able to do it a lot sooner. So here is how you grow a successful YouTube channel even if you have 0 views and 0 subscribers. Tip number 1, get much faster at video editing. One of the advantages that a big YouTuber has over a small YouTuber is the amount of time freedom that you get when you become a full-time YouTuber. Most of you only have 15 to 25 hours a week to work on your YouTube channel, make content, do thumbnails, and all of the different things you need to be successful. A full-time YouTuber has much more time than that and also usually is hiring people to help them. To get more out of your time so that you can grow a lot faster, you need to become faster at video editing. There are plenty of tutorials on the channel to help you with that, but it's definitely something you should make a priority. Tip number 2, learn to write strong hooks at the beginning of your videos because you only have 8 to 15 seconds to capture and hold someone's attention. You're going to get lower retention rates on your videos, which is going to affect your reach in YouTube for impressions and clicks, so people won't even necessarily get the opportunity to click on your videos if you're massively underperforming in the first 30 seconds of a video, and you're going to lose them in that first 8 to 15. So if you're gonna focus on writing, even if you don't like scripts, I use bullet points for my YouTube videos, you should absolutely script and rehearse the intros of your videos so you can be as impactful as possible. Combine that with editing really good at the beginning of those videos, you'll be able to retain people much longer, and then you'll get more reach and retention on your YouTube videos. Tip number 3 for growing a successful YouTube channel, focus on one audience at a time. A lot of people don't like the advice of niching down because they feel it limits them creatively, but what it gives them is focus because you can't spread yourself too thin. When you try to explore every single idea you have and you try to cater to different groups of people, you're expending a lot of energy. If you focus on one group of people and you give them your undivided attention and the largest concentration of your effort, you're more likely to build results. It may feel slow at first and then you're ready to move on, but it'd be like starting another major over in college. It'd be like switching your majors and then starting over, and the credit doesn't transfer. And the same is similar when you try to cater to different audiences on YouTube. If you focus on just one audience and putting them first and serving their needs, what they like the most, you'll probably do better than spreading yourself too thin with variety content. So try to focus on just one audience at least for 50 to 100 uploads so that you can try to gain traction and build a relationship with them. Tip number 4 for growing a successful YouTube channel focuses on views. And if you work on better thumbnails, you absolutely can get more views on YouTube because we do judge a book by its cover. In fact, my book on being a content creator, create something awesome, how creators are profiting from their passion in the creator economy, I focused a lot of attention on the book cover. It doesn't mean I ignored what was inside of the book, but I know that at first glance, a book is judged by its cover and a YouTube video is judged by its thumbnail. While this might sound like generic advice, better thumbnails can come down to a lot of very specific things. For one thing, better photography if your own face is going to be in the thumbnail. Better photography is, understanding what makes a good photo. So that's a lot of things to do with your props, your poses, your facial expressions, having a variety of those photos, and also making sure that they're sharp enough. If I'm doing a thumbnail, I don't shoot at f2.8, I don't shoot at f1.4. I try to get as sharp as possible. And I also want more detail in my face. So I'll make sure that it's extremely well lit, and I'll shoot at f4 or even f8 and just make sure that I have good lighting balanced on my face, try to avoid shadows where I can. And I'll also pose with props and other things and adjust my body, language for the thumbnail to tell a story. These things are really important. You can see it in successful content creators like Mr. Beast, Ryan Trahan. That's really important. If you're doing something that doesn't involve your face, then it still has to tell a story. Magnates Media and James Johnny are really good examples of this. If you want some advice on thumbnails, I actually have a free workshop you can check out. I'll link to it in the description down below, where I walk you through Photoshop and how to make better thumbnails. Tip number 5, plan your videos around series and playlists. If you really want to grow on YouTube, the answer is to come at your ideas sometimes from a different perspective, and repetition works a lot. Just like working out in the gym, just like physical fitness, you'd be surprised what the benefits of repetition are. Now, the reason that this doesn't work for a lot of small YouTubers YouTubers who are trying to grow is they get bored very easily. And if they don't see upfront viral views for doing something like this, they always think that it's garbage and that's bad advice. The thing is, slow gains are still gains. And a lot of people don't understand that in order to get somebody to become a subscriber, and a lot of you who are watching this probably feel this way, you have to sometimes watch 3 or 5 videos that appeal to you specifically before you're willing to subscribe to a YouTube channel. In fact, in the comment section of this video, tell me how many videos you typically have to watch from a content creator before you're willing to subscribe to their YouTube channel. Just leave that as a comment. I think it'll help a lot of the people watching. It's not enough sometimes to get just one video you like from somebody. Oh, if you like the video, subscribe. No, you have to subscribe for more of the content on the channel that you're interested in supporting. So I think that's the biggest difference for a lot of people in turning a viewer into a subscriber. It also means that someone has to be able to see how you apply your personality more in depth to just the thing that they care about. Tip number 6, if you want to get monetized a little bit faster on YouTube, the answer is going to be that you need the 1,000 subscribers and also the 4,000 hours of watch time, which means making longer content without making it boring. And so if you want to make longer content without making it boring, that's going to rely heavily on video editing. Being a faster editor, it's going to be in your best interest. However, you also can take advantage of making it interesting with B-roll and graphics, and that's where today's sponsor comes in, Storyblocks. I've been using Storyblocks for years across hundreds of my videos and never once had a problem with it because I use their royalty-free library of assets. This is great for things like 4K footage, time lapses. I also take advantage of this when it comes to things like After Effects templates, and I really love what they've been doing with their Storyblocks plugin for Adobe Premiere Pro because that's my favorite video editor. I love that it's convenient and easy to use directly in the application, so I don't have to toggle between my video editor and a browser window when I want to find footage anymore. I'm always able to find exactly what I need to spice up my videos, improve my retention, and show that little bit of extra effort and care to every single upload. If you want to use Storyblocks to improve your video quality like I have, then you'll definitely want to use my link in the description down below. Thanks again so much to Storyblocks for sponsoring today's video, and now back to these YouTube tips. Tip number 7, if you want to get more views without worrying about the algorithm, I actually have a trick for you that you cannot ignore. Focus on shareable content. Put elements into your content that makes them more shareable so that somebody who's a viewer can go and recruit new fans for your channel by sharing it in Reddit, sharing it in their text messaging groups, sharing it with people in Discord or DMs. Sharing is one of the most underrated aspects of growing in YouTube because everyone wants the YouTube algorithm to do the heavy lifting for them, but building a relationship with your audience and delivering content that is crafted to be shared is actually much more effective, and it gives you a way out of relying on the YouTube algorithm. Tip number 8, if you want more subscribers on YouTube, focus on your personality and your on-camera performance. There is nothing that is going to serve you more on YouTube than confidence, charisma, and good communication. This is going to be make or break when it comes to getting people who do watch your videos to turn into subscribers. And this could mean that even if you're not getting the views that you wanted, you could actually get more subscribers than your views would normally bring other people. When I did a poll, it turned out that people care a lot more about your personality on camera and the ideas and topics than they do about the video editing. Yet YouTubers always obsess over their video editing and think that by just editing more and editing more, that they're going to make higher quality content that way, when the best thing they could do is probably just make sure that they have good lighting, good audio, and a good camera lens, and then be better at their delivery and communicating their personality, their charisma, their authenticity. How you behave and perform on camera is going to mean much more to a viewer than how the video is edited. Tip number 9, if you're a small YouTuber and you don't want to wait for YouTube's permission before you start making money, then don't rely on or worry about YouTube AdSense and getting monetized in the YouTube Partner Program first. Make money by being able to directly sell to your audience. Either join the Amazon Influencer Program, put affiliate links in the descriptions of your videos, do verbal call outs if your content supports that, and get people to click on those links and you can generate money. I think it's faster to make your first $100 to $1,000 on YouTube that way than to use AdSense. And then the other thing that you could do, if that doesn't work for you, then build the idea of supporting you on Patreon directly into content fairly early, but make sure that you're making a quality and caliber of content that will make people want to support you that way. give them enough benefits and perks to justify that from day one, because by setting up your Patreon correctly, it becomes almost like your own product. And yes, the majority of viewers aren't going to support you, but the thing is, you are going to need so many more people to even make your first dollar from YouTube when the time comes than you would if a handful of people support you with something like Patreon. So it's just something to think about. You also could sell your own product directly, whether that's merchandise. You don't need the YouTube merch shelf to start selling merchandise. You can do it on your own. You can sign up for Spreadshop and link it in the description of your videos. You can wear your merchandise on camera and you can promote it. You do not need to wait for YouTube's permission to make money on your YouTube channel. If you're a writer, you can always write and sell a book. Tip number 10. This one might contradict some YouTube advice that's out there, but don't copy big YouTubers. You don't have their advantages. You don't have a team of 10 people working in the background. They're never on camera. You also are not a full-time YouTuber, so you don't have 40, 60, or 80 hours with nothing else going on in your life to dedicate exclusively to your obsession with YouTube. Instead, you should focus on doing the best you can with what you have where you are and try to come up with ideas that support what you can do right now. A lot of YouTubers get discouraged because they have ideas that are too big for their budget. And I think that seeing so many huge people with advantages you don't have blow up without knowing the backstory, knowing that maybe somebody behind the scenes, their parents, their spouse maybe financed their content, or they took out a loan to try to do that, or they had another successful business that they made money on. Some people, they're very young, they sell a business that you never heard of, and then they use that and they fund their YouTube channel because it was their dream. There are all kinds of people that blow up that have really insane advantages that you don't have. And so you shouldn't be thinking of trying to compete with them. You should focus on what ideas you have that support your current circumstances and how to make that the best that it could possibly be. Tip number 11, have a plan for how you're going to become a better content creator and execute on that plan each and every week. It's not enough to watch videos like this and study YouTube and growth tips. What you really need to be doing is spending some time each and every week on things like being able to write better titles, become a better thumbnail designer, become a better video editor, or even work on your communication and public speaking skills. By focusing every week, and I would say that maybe like you focus 90 days at a time on just one thing specifically, pick something and then focus on that for like 90 days. I think that by doing that, you're going to become much stronger as a content creator and you're going to drastically be able to improve the quality of content you're capable of making. Just get 1% better every time. Tip number 12, because a lot of you don't have time, you should take advantage of templates. Storyblocks have templates, I have templates. There are all kinds of things out there that can make a process for your YouTube channel faster. Color grading, you can buy color grading presets from like Peter McKinnon or Maddie or Lizzie Pierce or any number of people. You can get color grading presets and then all of a sudden a process that you've been spending an hour on is going to now take like less than 2 minutes. So I think that those kind of things can give you a really good advantage. Things like thumbnails. Instead of spending 2 hours to have a very mediocre thumbnail, you buy a template, maybe you spend 10, 15 minutes to have a halfway decent one. So I think that by focusing on how to cut down the time it takes to get to a better result, you can actually end up spending more time on the things that you're very, very good at instead of spending a lot of time wasted to have underperforming results at something you're bad at. Tip number 13, a lot of you will ask, when's the best time to upload a YouTube video? When's the best time to upload a YouTube video is a question I get all the time. And the best time is actually when your audience is awake, number one. Number two, when they're actually active on YouTube. And then three, when they're aware of the topic. Those three things are where timing comes into play. And you don't always need data to support that. Sometimes it's just good old-fashioned common sense. If you're a younger person and you're making content for people that are, high school or middle school, maybe you're doing gaming content, you know what? Uploading at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is probably not a great idea because they're still in school. Maybe you upload when people are out of school. Maybe your content's gonna be seasonal and perform better during a different type of year based on what niche you're in. That's something you have to look at. You also could look at data. Best data is like, where does my audience live? Oh, what time zone are they on? If you find out more of your people on the West Coast than the East Coast, that should affect your uploading schedule. So again, you don't have to be obsessed with when's the best time to upload, but do try to look for common sense things you can apply instead of looking for hacks all the time. And the best common sense is, when are they awake? When are they active? And when are they aware of what's going on in the community? Number 14, don't get discouraged by slow growth. Look, Mr. Beast had to upload 460 videos to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you've uploaded like, 100, 150 videos and you're like, oh, why am I not famous? Why have I not blown up? It's pretty normal. Just because I uploaded like 800 videos and got to 100,000 subscribers doesn't mean that's gonna be everybody's journey. But I will tell you that a creator that uploads 500 or more videos and is trying to get better with every upload, not just uploading things that are very low quality and bad for the sake of it, but uploading with the intent to improve, to become a better editor, a better performer, and is actually pulling that off little by little, then somebody who makes 500 plus videos on average is going to do better than somebody who uploads less than that. There are exceptions that you'll all want to cherry pick and leave in the comments, but they're exceptions, they're not the rule. Tommy Innit, James Johnny, a lot of people who upload less than 100 videos and grow really fast are anomalies. Janelle Ileana, the van life girl. These are anomalies, these are outliers. This doesn't mean that people can just blow up or that it's luck. The truth is that on average, the people who do have at least 100,000 subscribers, they've usually uploaded over 500 videos. They usually had to get over 10 million views or pretty close to it in order to achieve 100,000 subscribers. I had to get 7 million, like 7.8 million views to get to 100,000 subscribers. But I had to upload 800 videos to accomplish that. And in my case, I uploaded those 800 videos in like a 3-year period. So don't get discouraged that you don't have results for work you haven't done yet. And tip number 15. This one is a little bit harsh. Quality over quantity works better for rich people than it does for poorer people. And I say that to just give you the perspective that the level of quality that you see get millions upon millions of views in YouTube is probably not attainable for a working class content creator at the beginning of their career when they're working 40 hours a week or a full-time student. There's no amount of trying hard that produces those kind of results because you have 15 to 25 hours a week and you're using spare energy to try to achieve that level of quality compared to someone who has 40, 60, or 80 hours of their own time and then is also to buy other people's time. And it's the only thing that they're focused on. And that's the big gap between big YouTubers and small YouTubers is time, money, and energy, and a lot of extra human capital. That is the real difference in the results that people are able to produce. Some people can get those things earlier in their journey than others, and it does matter and make a difference. And that's the harsh truth of it. That's not supposed to discourage you. What it's supposed to do is to encourage you to do the best you can with what you have where you are and have a more realistic approach to YouTube, because the biggest thing that people do, the biggest mistake people make, is they compare themselves to big YouTubers and then they get discouraged and they quit too soon and they don't give themselves a chance to ever grow into the YouTuber that they always wanted to be. And in terms of mistakes, I also did a video on 15 mistakes that small YouTubers are constantly making. And if you want to be a successful YouTuber, I highly recommend you watch that video. It'll be linked in the description down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.